Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. As we have started digestive system, now in this video we are going to study about the different parts of digestive system. Now, as I told you earlier, to watch the part 1, a video clip you must have seen in part 1, which shows us the diagrammatic view of the alimentary canal. Now, our digestive system mainly consists of two main things. One is your alimentary canal and one is your digestive glands. So one by one we will deal with. First we will start with the alimentary canal. Now the first part of our alimentary canal, it starts from the mouth and the buccal cavity. Now mouth, it is an oral cavity where you ingest the food, chew the food, and for helping in chewing, your lips are there which help in closing mouth, sucking, sipping the liquid, etc. Then inside the mouth you have a muscular tongue which helps in chewing and mixing your saliva with the food. So it also helps in the speaking also. So here in the diagram you can see this is the first part of your alimentary canal, that is the buccal cavity. So mouth, which means the mouth, the food is chewed here and then it passes to the next part that is called as esophagus. Now first we will deal with the parts in the mouth, that is your teeth. Now when we talk about teeth, teeth helps in churning, that is breaking the food, and chewing, that is a term we will use for it called as mastication of the food. So two terms you have to keep in mind. One, we use churning for breaking down the food particles, and one is chewing of food is called as mastication. So here in the diagram you can see this oral cavity, this mastication and churning of food is done in oral cavity. Now we all know we have four types of teeth: incisors, canines, molars and premolars. So all in lower classes you might have studied their functions also. Incisors, they are the four front teeth and mainly they are used for cutting and biting. Then we have at the back of incisors, we have canines on either side of the jaw which are conical in shape and they are used for holding and tearing the food. Then comes your premolars, which are two on each side of the jaw next to your canines. First incisors will come, then canines, and then we have at the back premolars. They are, since they have two cups, as you will see further in the diagram, two pointed cups they have, we call them as bicuspid, and mainly they are used for grinding and crushing. And at the last we have three teeth which are called as molars, and mainly they also do the functions of grinding and crushing. Now here in the diagram you can see the front teeth, they are called as incisors for biting and cutting. Pointed teeth, they are called as canines for tearing. And then we have premolars, and at the last the three sets are called as molars. Now sometime the last molar of each side in a jaw, that arises or appears at the age of 17 to 20 years in the human when they reach the age of maturity. So we call the last molar as wisdom tooth also, because mainly the name is given because at that time the person become mature enough and attains wisdom, so the name is given as wisdom tooth. Now one more term here we will deal, that is called as heterodont. Heterodont means in humans we can see that teeth are of different shape and different functions. So the set of human teeth is called as heterodont. But if we see in lizards or frogs, all teeth are of same shape and same size. Therefore, their dentition, it is called as homodont. Now, mammalian teeth, they appear in two sets during our lifetime. Like in humans, we have two sets of, one is your milk teeth and one is your permanent teeth. Milk teeth, they mainly appear at the age of starts from 7 to 8 months till the 2 years. And after that, your milk teeth, they are fallen off and they are replaced by the permanent teeth by the age of 12 years. So by the around 12 to 13 years, you get your permanent teeth. Now to show the dentition, dentition means the arrangement of the tooth in the jaws. So the complete dentition, it is denoted by a formula which is called as human dental formula. So at childhood we have the different uh, human dental formula, that is 2120, that is on the either side of each jaw, upper and lower. So we have to double it, so total it becomes 20. In adolescence age it is 2122 on the upper jaw, 2122 on the lower jaw, that is on one side, and if you double it on the other side it comes to 28. And in adults the formula is 2123 on the upper jaw, 2123 on the lower jaw. When you double it, it becomes 32. So the total number of teeth are 32. So please tick mark these dental formulas, they are important. Now next we will study about the structure of a typical tooth. What does it contains internally, what the tooth looks like. Now you might have seen the tooth or the teeth, they are embedded inside a soft tissue which is called as gums, or another name we have gingiva. So this is made up of soft tissue lining in the mouth which are anchoring and holding your teeth. Now, the part of tooth that is above the gums, which is visible, that is called as crown, and it is covered by a very hard material called as enamel. So, it is the hardest tissue in our body also. So, remember the hardest tissue. If someone asks you what is the hardest material in the body, mostly we will give the answer bones, but enamel is more stronger than the bones. So this enamel is this white part, you can see it is covering the crown. Now below the enamel there is a layer of another part, you can say that a substance which is called as dentine. So it is harder than the bone but not as harder as enamel. So outer layer is covered with enamel and the inner layer is covered of the crown is covered with dentine. Then the part of tooth which is embedded inside the gum, that is called as root. Now in the root you can see the part between the crown and root that forms the neck. Root is embedded inside the gum and crown is above the gum. Crown is covered with enamel and dentine. Now we have a layer called as pulp. That is a soft connective tissue contained in the central space of the tooth, that is in the root layer. And it mainly consists of blood capillaries, lymph vessels and nerve fibers which are supplying nourishment to the tooth. Now the last layer is cement, or we call it as cementum also, that is in the root part only. It is another bone-like structure which is covering and fixing the root in the position. So from the name only you can guess the name cement or cementum. It is for fixing your root or anchoring your tooth with the gum. So these are the different parts of the tooth. Now here in the book you can see the structure is given, the dental formula is given, and then the part of the structure of a tooth. So this topic, structure of tooth, is very important, and in your copies you will draw the internal structure of tooth, that is a diagram. It is very important. Many times you get this question to draw. 3 or 4 marks question is there. So this question diagram you are going to draw in the notebook. So clear everyone? So this diagram should be completed in your notebooks. Then the progress check is given. Solve it. If you have any doubt you can ask me personally, or in the group also you can send the message, and when I will give you the exercises, then you can check your answers. But in your copies, the diagram A should be drawn.